Namaskar and welcome to this exciting new episode of Sattology, Debunking Mythology. And we have a very special guest, and we're going to talk about yoga and spirituality. Most of the Americans want to be called spiritual, they follow spirituality, and some of them they call yoga. And and we already discussed last time the yoga doesn't mean flexibility. Sorry, Zeb. And so we will just uh, so we so without delay, let us welcome the former vice chancellor of many universities and probably the future vice chancellor of some major university in India or maybe some big government position. Governor,
Thank you.
without delay, let us welcome Professor ADN Bajpai.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you very much.
It's such an honor to have you. Now, the big misconception is spirituality. Now, when we talk about spirituality, the most of the Western world thinks about in a very vague concept because the concept of soul is not taught to them, and it's just one life and body gets finished, body is all chemicals, and there is no afterlife. So this is what has been generally taught. So how do you define spirituality for a layman?
First of all, we'll have to correct to ourselves the main concept of body itself, per se. You may believe or not believe, but without soul, there is no existence of body itself. This is the soul which does everything. If you have soul, you are alive. If your soul is gone, you are dead. All other chemicals, your parts of body, your limbs can assemble in the lab also. But soul you cannot create in the lab. A soul you cannot infuse also in that assembled, labbed body as such. So this is the soul which holds the body, which makes the body active. A soul which sees through eyes, listens through ears, speaks through mouth, have all senses through touches. The soul which does everything. And to observe the characteristic properties of soul in day-to-day life is to be spiritual. So, first of all, we'll have to correct ourselves. You believe or you don't believe. You may believe in this concept that the soul did not have previous births or may not have after births, after death. But existence of soul you'll have to believe in. Because this is the element which simulates the whole body systems, which connects yourself with the outer world, which connects you with the time, which connects you with the space, which connects you with the matter. Without that, it's not possible. So, it's my first message to all my friends who are listening from states and European countries, may belong to see other religions also. Our religion, which is known as Sanatana Dharma or Hindu Dharma, fully believes, has full conviction in this proposition of soul body nexus as well as the concept of incarnation, previous births and after births. And this is how there lies a major difference between our religion and the religion of the West. We can call it sometimes they appear to be reciprocal to each other, one upon X. Because until unless you believe in the charisma, the miracles of soul, it's very difficult to explain the concept of spirituality. Spirituality means to become spiritual, not only in academic part of it, lecturing, reading, writing, writing research papers, writing books on spirituality, but to behave all the properties of soul in day-to-day life is spirituality. Its definition in one sentence. I'll explain uh, the whole concept afterwards. Yes, Aditya.
So pinching a dead man and pinching a living man will have different reactions completely.
Yes,
Like
yes,
if you
yes,
pinch a dead man, nothing's going to happen. If you pinch a living man, you might get something back.
yes,
So that's karma
yes,
right there.
yes, yes.
So very commonsensically can be told like that. But so the yog is such a popular word. Like it's a, and I have seen that generally people who do yoga, they naturally tend towards spirituality. It's a bi natural thing. Immediately they go towards spirituality. So what is that connection?
Actually, Aditya, yoga is one of the important, most important, and original discoveries of Indian rishis. In one of my discourses earlier, I told you that anything which exists on earth, ranging from zero to infinite, has been researched properly by our Indian rishis. They were the great scientists as well as seers. And yoga is one of them. Yoga means to assimilate, to connect, to integrate, to sum. It has many shades as such. And it has got 8 parts. It's called the Astanga Yoga as such. It begins with the purification, cleansing processes. That is known yama. When it comes to niyama, niyam means to follow certain laws, certain principles. And that is a training of mind as such. One should be punctual, one should be regular, and one should be sincere. With these two predicaments, things begin. So, Bhagwan Patanjali begins with the asanas. Asanas to integrate each part of the body with each other. That is asana. Then comes the pranayam. Pranayam means your breathing system should be connected with your internal body systems and outer organs as well. And then comes, you see, pratyahar. Pratyahar means returning to your body systems like that. Your external should become introvert. Start thinking about yourself, your body systems, your breathing system like that. Then comes the dharana. At one particular part of body you should just concentrate. And then comes the dhyana meditation. And meditation is directly attached with the spirituality. When you are meditating, then you are just transcendenting yourself from 3 dimensions: dimension of time, dimension of space, and dimension of matter. Then you are reaching that fourth stage that is known as turiya. Reaching at the turiya stage of meditation, in which you are just disconnecting 99% to or 99.99% to disconnecting yourself from your body and just meditating on one particular thing which does not exist at all. Then you start enjoying the celestial pleasure, most abstract pleasure. And afterward, that is the stage of samadhi. In samadhi, you simply forget, 100% forgetting, 100% detaching from your body, time, space, and everything. That is known as samadhi. Samadhi generally I don't prescribe because it should be behaved, it should be observed after obtaining a very high stage of yoga as such. because sometimes simply forget. You don't know about the body like that. Some bad may also happen to your body. So under meditation, I think we should stop and let samadhi happen on its own. So what I mean to say, when person is connecting from asanas to breathing system, then coming to oneself, then concentration, and up to concentration, he is totally concentrating upon his body, mind, and soul. The element of soul is connected through dhyana. When dhyana, we are in the dhyana, in meditation, then you are connecting yourself with your soul. And when you are connecting with your soul, you are connecting with the souls of the world. You are connecting with the ultimate soul, which you know, Param Atma. That the wholesome universe you get connected. Until unless you just observe in dhyana, you cannot see connect yourself with the Param Atma, which we call it. And when we are connecting with the Paramatma and your Atma, that is the crux of yoga. Yoga means jodo, yoga means to add, to integrate. Integration of your own soul with the soul which is exists in the universe as such, that is the real yoga. That is a real simulation we can call it. And here I would like to mention Aditya that there are so many exercises, especially physical exercises. They can be performed so meticulously. You can have, you see, bend your mind, if your body is elastic. So many yoga acharyas are doing performing. They are getting benefit. They are offering benefits to the persons who do yogic exercises. But that has got limited benefit as such. Because that secretion coming out of body due to asanas will not be fully effective until unless you pour your mind also into that. So yoga is the exercise of mind, and physical exercises are the exercises of body. If you're not putting your entire mind to yoga, then you're not to see doing yoga in a real sense. So when we people perform yoga, then we ask our people to close their eyes. When any physical instructor is performing instruction, he said that open your eyes. The physical exercise is done to open eyes, and yogasanas are being done by the closed eyes, because by closing eyes, we are completely connecting our body with our mind. And doing meditation, we are connecting our mind, intellect, and soul. That is the complete yoga as such. Then through meditation, the spiritual power gets aroused. Our soul gets aroused when you are under meditation. So, so many sanskaras, so many you see the fruits of deeds of our previous births, of this birth, which we call it, you see, sanchit, fate, or you see fortune of previous births, sanchit accumulated, you see, sanskaras of this birth gets diluted. They get, you see, totally, you see, vanished from our soul. And our soul becomes normal, soul becomes pure. Entire yogasana, entire yogic kriyas are nothing but purification of the soul. If your soul is not purified by yoga, it means there is something wrong. I'll give you what are symptoms of a pure soul afterwards to answer your next question. Aditya ji.
You put it so well about the soul and the yoga and the spirituality combined, because most of the people, they think yoga as a physical exercise or a body flexibility contest, and ultimately, and it has become so mechanical nowadays that the yoga itself becomes a clinical thing, because some people feel very uh, they get some kind of complex when they go to a yoga studio, they expect their bodies to be flexible. So many people, they think that why should they go to a yoga studio where they can be compared with other more flexible bodies. So so then more people are getting turned off that why they should go for yoga, because it is all about flexibility. And which you explained very well, that yoga means to reconnect, and reconnect, and then get a very wholesome experience. So the method of instruction also, in especially in the USA, about on yoga, is so mechanical that some people, they're getting turned off. It's like going to a gym, or a or an exercise place, or other forums where they are like Pilates. They're trying to compare that. So what is the real, like, how do the people, they view yoga as a, what should they go for yoga, what should be the ultimate aim for going doing a yoga exercise?
Aditya, yoga begins when physical exercises stops, isn't it?
Okay.
Physical exercises, the basic purpose of physical exercise is entirely different. It may to make your body fit, make your body more visible, more beautiful, more strong, more smart, like that. So physical exercises are just totally devoted to your outer body only. Entire gyms and physical instructors are like that only. To some extent, they can be performed to have some ailments in the body that can be done. So what's happening when you stop doing physical exercises? So many ailments creep up on your body lines. Your joints will start paining like that. Some of your thighs will start paining like that. And then you'll go and depend upon medicines, especially allopathic medicines like that. But yoga hasn't got to see any sort of thing like that. Yoga is the training of mind. Yoga is the training of your soul. Yoga is to simulate yourself with the outer world. Yoga is to see yourself as the other persons are around. It is nothing to have uniqueness in your system only. You are good, but others are also good. What you have, that should be owned by, you see, other people also. You should see all the persons of the world like brothers and sisters. You should see that element of soul in entire flora and fauna, in the animal, mountains, rivers, everywhere you should see. You should find newer ideas. These things come with yoga only. What's happening? You see, in physical exercises, there are certainly common exercises for all. But in yogasanas also, I would like to tell you that each asana connects one individual part, which connects one particular gland, which secretes certain, you see, chemical, and in that particular period only that chemical is secreted. I'll give one example. You see, when we are performing mandukasana, in mandukasana, pancreas get activated and insulin is secreted. The persons who are suffering from this, what do you say, that diabetes, which does not have that body doesn't see secrete insulin in perfect, you see, amount. For them, if they are performing, you see, mandukasana, the diabetes will be over. So this type of things are not being taught by the physical instructions. Another thing, the pituitary gland, which basically controls our mind power, our efficiency level, secretes only Brahma Muhurt in morning hour only. So that too is not available in physical exercises. That is being taught in our yoga only. And yoga means if asanas, there is some air gets intact in our different joints as such. When we are performing this asana, that air gets banished, which we call it jatarpan. Jatarpan, that air gets tightened in our joints. And when joints have got air, they will start paining. So how to just get eradicate that particular air from this joint, which I am just doing one particular exercise, or like this. This is all this eradicating air element from our joints. Each joints have got one particular exercise. Your body becomes normal. Your body becomes normal. Body becomes, you see, lighter. You can perform the things in a better manner like that. So this is basic difference between physical exercise and yoga. Yoga is the exercise of our mind. Mind comes first. Mind gives us, it dictates to different parts. Mind gives dictates to the breathing system. Mind gives dictates to go for a meditation. Then your mind is under control, then everything is under control. When I teach to the management students, I used to say that controlling man is an easier task. Controlling money is a further easier task. Controlling matter is further easier task. But controlling the mind is the most difficult task. And controlling mind is being taught by yogasanas. That's basic difference.
That's very true actually, because the yogasana is not just for uh, a flexibility exercise. There's ultimate purpose to it. And when it comes to spirituality, I think people who have deformities in the body, they can correct with the yoga postures, and then do something higher for spirituality. Because see, everyone is talking about spirituality. Everyone I meet, they want to go away from the religions of the book, and they want to focus on spirituality. Now, where to begin? And you said very clearly, the first thing is to understand that you're not the body, and very easy to understand. If you pinch yourself, you feel the pain, then you're not the body, because there's something else is feeling the pain. Now the next stage comes in, the spirituality, which is, you explained. Now many people get many mantras from many different people, and they start doing that, and there is general question on which to start with. It's a difficult question, and I'm not a guru, but generally it's a question is asked, which mantra to start with. And uh, and and then and then it starts. So directly comes, spirituality means mantra, and spirituality also directly means India. There is no other place they go to. When it comes to spirituality, there is only one destination, and that is India, by default. And there is only one book by default, is Bhagavad Gita. There's no other book talks about it. Every other book is campaigning about itself. Become me, and then you will be like me. Gita is only book which says, first, don't become me, don't become yourself first. Come to yourself.
Yes.
So, can you elaborate on that, please?
Aditya, India is a spiritual country by default as by design also. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the internationally accepted Granth of spirituality. Was it's by design also, not only by default, because everything has been done uh, strategically. Actually, number one, Aditya, I would like to tell you, spirituality is an exercise. Is a strategic, deliberate practice which we call abhyasa. Abhyasa. Without that, this you cannot observe in your day-to-day life as such. There are certain, you see, indicators which I have just uh, observed in my, I see, life as well as I'm doing like that. One, it connects time from ancient to modern, latest, contemporary one. So the connection of time to the present one is a sign of, you see, spirituality. If you are studying time, disconnecting between time periods like that means that something is wrong. Similarly, it integrates entire, you see, globe, entire earth as such, entire universe into one as such. the different parts of that bigger soul asset, Brahma, which we call it. A person who believe in geographical, say, demarcations within the country, outside the country, they are not spiritual, as beyond religion, as the Dalai Lama has written. So religion confines. Religion has got to see limits of see geographical boundaries. This country is your, this country is mine. Is not to see spiritual connotation at all. Similarly, it integrates all these body systems, all biodiversity on the earth, whether animate or inanimate. So if you differ from yourself with the others, you're not spiritual. So there are three dimensions or the basics of spiritual. But these things you can see. I am using the see because in India we are talking about darshana. Darshan is not philosophy. Darshana means seeing. Seeing as we are seeing these mundane worlds. Similarly, we are seeing the soul. That is sakshatkar. That is darshana. Then with yoga, with medicine, with meditation, you are just able to see your soul and its miracles of the soul. Then the all differences wither away. When all differences wither away, then you and the outer world will get simulated into one. You become complete as a spiritual man. You are able to see the future. You become the seer, you become the rishi. Rishi means person who can see the future, who can predict about the future, who can prognosticate about the future, who can see the past also, who can see what is happening in the whole world in one way. And I'll tell you one thing. When you are just marching on foot, we can see walk about 5 kilometers an hour. If you are just driving a vehicle, we can just drive about 50, 60 kilometers an hour. If you are just going by car, maybe 100 kilometers an hour. By air, 400 kilometers an hour. By you see superconductivity, many million kilometers in an hour. But by spiritual speed, there is no speed at all. There is no the quantum of speed you can just quantify. Like in instant, things can happen. In virtual mode, we are talking to each other, but it's a horizontal. It's simply horizontal connectivity. We cannot connect any person who lived in the past many years, many centuries years ago. But with spirituality, you can do the things. Here we can transmit our faces and words, but we cannot transmit any matter with us. But with the spiritual connect, we can transfer those material things also from one place to the other. And these things have been done by the rishis as we are doing in the world of air. What I mean to say that spirituality, to become spiritual, is the ultimate purpose of our life. Ultimate purpose. Without becoming spiritual, you cannot have that very purpose of life for which you have taken birth on this earth. And yoga is the medium to make you reach to that particular zenith of your objective as such. So it is not merely studying, reading, writing, dictating. In Manduk Upanishad, Rishi say, "Na atma pravachena labhyo, na medhya, na bahuna shutena." This cannot be obtained neither by more reading, more speaking, more listening like that. It can be obtained only by doing the things. Kriya Yog. Kriya means doing, Yog means jodna, to add up. To add through actions. When we do actions, then only we get to see perfections. Aditya have developed one concept of spirit culture. Someday I'll speak on that spirit culture also. As agriculture, we harness the power of land. Horticulture, we harness the power of plants. Fishiculture, we harness the power of rivers and water system. Similarly, spirit culture, we can harness the power of soul. And if we are harnessing, start doing cultivation of the soul itself, we'll find so many things are coming automatically to us. We enjoy our lives like that. And there is no place for demonstration in spiritual things. कोई प्रदर्शन नहीं है. There is no demonstration. There is no credit taking things also in spirituality. As I told you that the soul sees, soul speaks, soul smells, everything. But soul doesn't take credit of doing all this. Tulsidas has written, "Bin kar karam kare bidnana, bin pag chale chale sunai bin kana, bin vakta bin vani vakta bad jogi." This is what Sri Tulsidas has written. Yes, Aditya.
So, uh, pre-culture, it's a very good word, very, very good word. And I think that is required very much because the university means a place to study the uni, which is the soul, and
Yeah.
one, uh, but this course is entirely missing in all the Western universities, I can say. And because the Indian universities nowadays follow the Western curriculum, it's missing in India also. But that is one course which is very much needed today because of whatever has happened in 2020 and what is going to happen in 2021. More and more people are going to search inside for solutions because the externals have changed so drastic. Could have never imagined that Americans will be forced to wear a mask, and it has happened. And in the psychological implications of that is humongous, to just put it mildly. uh, People are getting lost. People are disenchanted with the entire political as well as economics. Even in the USA, don't think that USA, many people very well, but many people do not think that America internally is going through a financial crisis. So so these things are going to become more and more important day by day. And many of my viewers can nod their heads right now. I can see that. So what is the immediate cure for the upcoming depression that people are talking about? Because that answer is only in
No,
yoga and
actually,
spirituality right now.
yeah. Yoga is one. Actually, if you want to search solutions through the problems themselves, it's very difficult to get the solutions. What is happening? Uh, we take say allopathic medicines. There are certain side effects. To get rid of those side effects, we again take certain allopathic medicines. Then again there are certain side effects. Then again we take the allopathic medicines, or that vicious circle keeps on going. This is what happening to the modern system of problems and problems solving methodologies. This psychology, which I've just used this term like that. Psychology cannot keep you away from those problems which modern society is facing, whether it's Indian society or the Western society as well. Because psychology is nothing but to get your mind connected with the worldly affairs, to derive pleasure from the worldly affairs. That mind wants to extract certain pleasures from this sensual things like that, that wants pleasure from the money, from matter, from women, from wine, or from wealth, so many things. But they are all finite in nature. They are not immortals. So if you are searching peace from finite mortal affairs, you can never find it. We'll have to search peace from that infinite, immortal element. And that only infinite, immortal element in our body is the soul. So if you are connecting your mind with the soul, as I told you, through meditation, then from detachment, from disconnect, if you are connecting through soul, then you will get peace. And that peace, that pleasure will be eternal. That more you will distribute, more you share, more you will be at pleasure. And here, when you are getting pleasure from the worldly affairs, more you will share, lesser your property will keep on lessening as such. And with the spiritual pleasure, more you share with the others, more it increases. That's the ultimate beauty of spirituality. To begin with, I'll tell you, there is no other way for the beginners as such. As a physical exercise you can do at the physical instructors with the help of physical instructors as well. Just concentrate on breathing system. Breathing system, just simple breathing, you are breathing in, breathing out. Sit in any posture, anywhere with some cleans the atmosphere. Breathe in, breathe out. When you just got used to that breathing system, then go for some pranayama. Pranayam, inhale from left nostril, keep control over for a few seconds, then exhale it out. Then exhale from the right nostril, hold for some times, and exhale from the left nostril. This is how known as anulom vilom. When you are doing anulom vilom at least 10 to 15 times a day, then you are just controlling your breathing. Through breathing, so many internal organs, internalities you are controlling. When it is controlled, then go for some higher things as well. One thing I would like to mention, Aditya over here, that there are certain stages, and the beginner should go stage by stage. As I told you, yam, purification of your body, cleaning your body system. Then niyam, training of mind, punctuality, sincerity, regularity. Then comes to asana. Do some asana. Then after that asana, you should go for pranayam. Some of the yoga gurus directly start teaching you pranayam. That is not okay. That's not good. And after pranayam only, do some kriyas of pratyahara. And after pratyahara, some kriyas of dhana and some dhyan. Some yoga gurus directly start teaching dhyana as such. Dhyan too has got certain basic prerequisites, basic exercises. As I used to tell my disciples that until unless we are good in Trataka, until we have just completely controlled Shavasana and Yoga Nidra, without having completely completely complete perfection in three basics, Trataka, Shavasana, and Yoga Nidra, you cannot go for meditation as such. But here, some teacher just asking people to go for meditation. That brings a lot of disturbance in the mind, and sometimes it gives bad name to yoga also. So, in earlier question, you told that what is the mantra one should. If you have just controlled breathing system, then simple sit, close your eyes, and start chanting that the infinite, the most powerful, most smallest mantra, that is dhvani also, that is chanda also, that is omkar. Simple omkar. Omkar has got three parts: a, u, ma, and it is complete. It holds entire universe. It holds, all the parts of the universe. Everything is imbibed, assimilated in this Omkar. Simply sit in any posture, take your spinal cord is straight, and start chanting. As many times you can do, you'll find that serenity on your face. Everything will be kept organized. You're totally organized. You will increase your efficiency level. It will increase the power to see words also. It will give you that power to see the unseen. I
Beautiful
think.
explanation, and thank you for demonstrating that as well. And
Thank you,
so viewers,
Aditya.
one of the last points I would like to make is that spirituality comes from the spirit, and so Very
Yeah.
basic thing. And yoga means to reconnect, and yoga and spirituality are intrinsically linked. Yoga is not religion, spirituality is not religion. Religion is a very communal concept, very different than dharma. It's a communal, I'll say, because it's related to a community driven by a book. So yoga and spirituality is more related to dharma, which is a universal concept of law, intrinsic quality, and it has a much wider meaning than religion. So with that, I'll stop here. And if you want to say something, and in the end, Professor Bajpai, please add.
I think just I would like to give message to all your friends and the viewers of this show that we should try to become spiritual. Most of the problems which are creeping in our society because we are not spiritual. More will converse toward spirituality, more problems will solve. It has got so powerful instrument with us. It can control wars, what not. It can do miracles. And more will go away from his spirituality. More problems will be faced by us as a human being and also the nature goddess. So we should try to become a spiritual. One day, if Aditya gives me opportunity, I can demonstrate certain, you see, asanas, certain actions also, some meditation technique also, through which we can reach to that element of soul and we can become spiritual. Thank you, Aditya.
So all the universities and campuses who have joined today, if you are not running a any course on yoga and spirituality, do ask your professors and your deans to give you space or a place to do these exercises. And if you have a problem, then we have a program for the university is called Sattology Meditations. So please do contact us and let us know. And in future, if everything is possible, we'll invite Professor Bajpai to visit all your campuses also.
Always, always, always.
Thank you.